Hari Om, Hare Krishna, Om Namah Shivaya. All of us are on this journey of life, and some of us are, some of those who are watching this recording, this video. Some of us could be in our childhood also, for all you know, teenagers, youngsters, middle-aged, old-aged, and some of us really, really senior citizens, super senior citizens also watching this video. And we have all gone through various experiences in life. We have had our ups and downs. We have had our twists and turns in life and things like that. But typically, if you see every human being normally goes through a certain pattern in life. We all go through a certain stages in life, what we call, wherein first we are born and then we just play around in the house till we get into preschool. Then we get into preschool. There is pre-KG, LKG, UKG. Then the kindergarten, we do that. Then we go to school, the primary school, then the secondary school, the high school, and then the schooling. And then we go to after the what does a human being do after that? A boy, a girl. After schooling, they go to college. We do college, and some of us engineering, some of us maybe it could be BCom or whatever. So some degree, BA economics, it could be this, it could be that. And today we have so many varieties of courses out there in the colleges. Then after graduation, perhaps some of us straight away get into the work field or our businesses or occupations or professions. Some of us may go for a post-graduation course. Some of us may do a diploma on the side. Some of us may do professional courses, CA, ICW, and things like that. But after finishing that, what we call higher education, the next thing we do is we get into the work field. We start working. Whichever field we have chosen, whether a doctor, lawyer, engineer, chartered accountant, and this and that, and investment banker, this, that, banking, or it could be anything. We get into our respective professions. And after some time, when we know we are working and things like that, the next obvious question is everybody starts asking that question when we are young. So when do you plan to get married? Then you say, yeah, just I'm planning and thinking about it. Then we want to, we feel inadequate all by ourselves. So we feel that we want a life partner. Most of us, we do get married. And of course, there are a few of us, like myself, I chose to stay away from the marriage system. But whatever, either we get married or we don't get married. So one way or the other. And suppose to give you the grahasthas who we do, they do get married. Then the next question is the children. When is the first child going to come? And when are you going to give good news? First child, then the second child. Then those children go to school and go college. But by the time they finish, then after they are settled, they are married and things like that. Then the parents tend to feel, we have done our duties, our responsibilities, and we have settled our children. Our job is in this world is over. We have done many a time. I've heard a lot of these old grandparents saying, we have completed our duties, our responsibilities. We have finished. We are done with life. We're just hanging around. And then just a relaxed old age and things like that. And then eventually we all have to leave this planet, whether we like it or not, whether we want it or not, and each according to our longevity. But basically, typically, this is the flow of events in most people's lives, isn't it? And in fact, for those who don't get married, either they enter the monastic order of some ashrams, maybe some Chinmaya mission, Ramakrishna mission, ISKCON, or they just remain within the household setup itself and just choose not to get married so that they can better focus on their spiritual journeys. That could be a case also, but typically this is what it is. And now the thing is, if this is the question arises, is this what we have come here to do as human beings? Is this the purpose of life? Obviously not. This alone cannot be everything. There must be something greater to life than just this just studying and cramming, the education system is such these days that we're just cramming and then we want to get the ranks and the marks. We get that. Then after the ranks and the marks, we are preoccupied with the money. So it's like that. And we make the money, we enjoy the pleasures, we produce children, we bring them up. Is that everything in life? For most of us, in fact, almost for every human being, these few moments when we are silent, when we are sitting maybe in on the beach or when we are in a park all by ourselves, sometimes these questions do come to all of us. For some of us, these questions could have come in the childhood itself. For some of us, it could have come in the teenage, some of us in the youth, some of us in the middle age, some of us in the old age. And for some of us, and few those unfortunate souls, they have not thought of these questions all their lives and they have just passed away. Now, what are these questions? These when we sit alone, just in a park or in a beach, or when we're taking a break, maybe we're on a sabbatical or something like that. These questions do come in those quiet moments. What is this life and who am I? Who am I and how did I come into this world? And who is God? Why did God create the world? The first question we normally tend to ask is, who am I and what is my purpose in life? Why did God create this world? Did God create the world? Is there a God? And who is this God? Why did he create the world? And who am I? And what is my purpose in life? Is there an end to life? And we have other questions like, is there life after death? Okay, we on observation, we see that, okay, grandparents passed away, that uncle passed away, this auntie passed away. So everybody is passing away. So one day even I have to pass away. The avatars like Ram and Krishna also passed away. We've here in our childhood itself. Meaning they drop their bodies. They don't pass away, meaning in the sense that they represent the spirit that's eternal. But even they have to uh, shed their bodies at some point. And they did. They left their bodies and they went. So one thing we observe is that we have to quit this world. We cannot stay in this world forever and in this body forever. So these questions do come to any human being. Most of us, we get these questions at some stage of our life. Many of us get these questions in the old age because at that time the mind is a bit free. As I said, they say, we have done with our responsibilities and things like that. In childhood, when we may not think of that, as Adi Shankara says in the Bhajagavandam, Balastavat Krida Sakta, so we're busy playing. In youth, we are busy, with the opposite gender and things like that, attractions towards the opposite gender, making friends and things like that, socializing. And then as we get caught up in our career, we're so busy running around making the buck and trying to become successful, so-called successful and rich and famous and things like that, seeing the world and it's all a part of life. But these questions do come at some stage of everybody's, any intelligent man's life, man's woman's life. These questions will come to us at some stage. And the younger the stage in life in which these questions come, the more fortunate we are. Because, in fact, Bhagavan Ramana Maharishi says, it is only by the grace of God that you can think of God. In fact, if God doesn't love you, cannot think of God also. It's only, as he says, only by the grace of God that we get to think of God. So when these questions come, who am I? Who is God? What is my relationship with God? They say that there is reincarnation, which means, okay, tomorrow, someday or the other, I'm going to die. And then what after death? Body will be burnt. Okay, this body that I'm so attached to will be burnt. It will be burnt to ashes. But what about me? Okay, the body is burnt to ashes. Oh, will that be painful for the body? But then I'm already gone from the body. The body is just carried by others to the burial, to the cremation ground or burial ground. So what is the body gets burnt? It becomes a heap of ashes. Who am I? Where is that? This being that was happy, sometimes sorrowful, sometimes joyful, sometimes depressed, sometimes with the relatives, sometimes with friends. This jiva, this being, this life. How can it just suddenly cease to be? And does that mean I get wiped out? I have no existence after that? So these questions about the truths of life will come to every human being, most human beings, at some point or the other in their lives, in the journey in their lives. As I said, the pattern in terms of school and college, then either getting married or not getting married, but either way, and then career, and then the old age, retirement. That pattern is more or less same for everybody. But what makes us different as human beings and as intelligent human beings? What separates us is that our this ability to reflect on these questions. You see, an animal also is born, and then it's in the care of the mother, and then the mother takes care, and until the animal is the calf, let's say, is a little uh, with independent, and they leave the calf, they leave the bird. Bird has to go and make their own nest and things like that. So in nature also that is there, and if we are just doing it with our gadgets and with our money and with our bungalows and cars and then what is the difference between us and animals? This is the question the Bhagavatam asks. All the scriptures ask. If that is the only thing in life, eat, sleep, make money, and die, then even the animals do that. So, what makes us different as human beings is that we have this ability to ask these questions, these profound questions. Now, there's some children, small, 4, 5-year-old children. They say, Papa, who created this world? They ask other. And what is that sky over there? What is that star? They'll ask such wonderful questions. And we have to explain that their level. And then as they come into, let's say, high school, college, then we introduce them to, or maybe nowadays in the childhood itself, we start teaching them the basics of Vedanta, Bhagavad Gita. And then as they come, in the youth, we can teach them the Upanishads and things like that. In fact, Sri Ravi Shankar ji, who was my first guru on the spiritual path, and I still have a very big regard for him. And it was because of him, the Art of Living course that I did in 2004, that I came to this spiritual path and I could get the answers to these questions and then start my journey. So he says, in fact, if you don't get these questions until a certain point in life, till you're living life all along, and you don't get these questions at all, then there is something wrong with you. This is what he says. There's something wrong with you. You're supposed to get these questions at some point or other. Because see, we are all human beings. And it is said in the scriptures that of all the yonis meaning forms of life, it is only in the human form of life that we can liberate ourselves. Liberate meaning, as I said, at some point we have to drop the body will die. We ask that question, right? What about the life? Where does that go? That soul goes into another body. It goes to a higher realm. Okay, if we have done a predominantly good deeds, we go to heaven. And to the extent of the good deeds, for that long we stay in heaven. We come back. And if we've done predominantly bad deeds, then we go to hell and then we come back. We've heard this so many a time, right? But we have to come back to this world again and again and again, take more and more bodies, human and otherwise, mind you, until we discover this truth of who we are. Today, as it stands, we don't know who we are. So, of course, I know who I am. This is who I am, Hitesh. Oh, sorry, here not Hitesh. You're the soul, you just now said it. The spark of life. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm the soul, I've understood now. It's not an intellectual concept. You can say this is a water bottle, so what? So you got the understanding of water bottle, but did you understand the soul? When you said I'm the soul, but soul, what do you mean by that? Soul means what? What does it mean to be a soul? And you have not experienced it. We experience ourselves as a body. I have this mass of flesh and bone. I feel that's not the case, but I feel that way. So this is the whole thing that we need as human beings. So the human form of life is the only form of life in which we can get the answers to these questions, and not just intellectually satisfying this curiosity and going further in the intellectual part of it, but to come to experience that I am the soul. not merely to intellectually say. Because even if we have studied, let's say, every Shastra in the world, Hinduism, Christianity, Islam, all the scriptures, thousands and thousands and thousands of scriptures, I know them all by heart. Still, we cannot liberate ourselves from that knowledge because it is only intellectual. We need to come to experience ourselves as a part of God, as a part of the Supreme. And then in those quiet moments of meditation, we disconnect from the world of names and forms and identify with the Supreme, deepen it, deepen the experience and come to be one with it as an experience, as a living reality. Then we attain what is called enlightenment, like the Buddha attained it, and so many other seekers, Bhagavan Ramana Maharishi, where we have Puja Gurudev behind Ramana Maharishi, and Lord Krishna, though, is the source of saints and gods, as he has said in the Gita. So his question of him being at one point in ignorance and then later he attained it, that was there for Krishna. So all these avatars of Vishnu, Shiva, they don't have this concept of ignorance and then enlightenment. They are eternally Bhagavan, right? So eternally enlightened. Yeah, but of course, saints like Bhagavan Ramana Maharishi and Puja Gurudev behind, and so many masters, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, and we've had so many saints. Our Bharat Varsha has produced so many saints, so many human beings. What saints means what? Human beings like you and me, who with their self-effort and with the Guru's grace and the guidance of the Guru, through sadhana, seva, satsang, study, they managed to discover and they come to live, as I said, that experience of being one with God. Thereby, they attain that enlightenment that they are one with God. There's never any, and that God alone exists everywhere. And because of that vision of being able to see Pratyaksha, really as a reality, as an experience, God everywhere, because of being able to see God everywhere, they go back to God. They merge into the what they call the higher unmanifest abode of God, right? That which is called the unmanifest and infallible. That destination, having attained which one never returns, that is my supreme abode, says Lord Krishna in the Gita. That is the goal of all of us. As I said, this human form is the only form in which we can attain it. Yeah, there are some exceptions, like in Bhagavan Ramana Maharishi's life, there was this cow Lakshmi in his ashram. And that cow, he held the cow by the horns and looked into the cow's eyes, and the cow was always in association with Bhagavan Ramana. And that time when he looked into the eyes of the cow Lakshmi actually attained Nirvikalpa Samadhi, meaning moksha, that again, that experience of being one with God, attained it and got freedom. But that's a rare thing. But normally, human birth is the only birth in which we can attain mukti. So much so that even the Devtas cannot attain mukti. By Devtas, I don't mean Krishna, Rama, or Vishnu, or Ganapati, or Kartikeyan, or Shiva. No, no. They are Bhagwan. Bhagwan is the core. Devtas are. I mean, the lesser Devtas, Indra, Vayu, Agni, and the Navagraha, and Yamraj, and this and that, and this. And there are so many. They say there are 33 crore Devtas and all. This Devta, that the Devta of the ocean, the Devta of this, the Devta of the river, the Devta. So many Devtas and Devis are there. Even they cannot attain moksha. And the scriptures say that they too crave for this human form. Are Bhagavan, give us this human form. This time I promise I will do it. I will work hard and I will get to mukti. In fact, it is said that all of us, all we human beings, when we were in the womb of our mother, all of us in the womb at the, I think, fifth month or whichever month, because of the suffering in the womb, so much of suffering in the womb, we sincerely prayed. When do we do that? We hardly sincerely pray. We just rotate the agarbatti and we have no time. We have to rush to the office. Sincerely, in the womb of all of us have done it, in the wombs of our mothers, we have prayed to Bhagwan, Bhagwan, release me from this prison. I promise when I come out of this womb of my mother, I will be devoted to you, O Narayana. I will be devoted to you, O Sadashiva. I will walk the path of Dharma. I will attain moksha. I will come back to you. Please, O Narayana. Please, O Sadashiva, take me out of here. Please, I promise I will be a good, not just a good human being, but a devotee, a seeker, and I will attain oneness with you in this lifetime. We have all promised to the Lord in the wombs of our mothers. This is written again in the scriptures. In the one of the Upanishads, it's one of the 108 Upanishads, they had said that this is all. I think in the Bhagavatam also this the same point comes that we have all prayed in the wombs of our mothers. That when we come out of the womb and when we start, we eventually grow up. As we grow, we will walk the spiritual path. We will realize our oneness and go back to God. But how many of us are doing it? Sincerely, how many of us are doing it? So that is, but anyway, that is the purpose of the human life. And now, what I intend doing, why I'm telling you all this is because this spiritual journey is such a journey that even if we fail to attain this goal for another 100 births, but just be on this path for another 100 births, that itself is a great fulfillment. To wake up in Brahma Muhurat and do meditation, Brahma Vichar, contemplate either on the Nirguna Brahman or Saguna Brahman, to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, to chant Om Namah Shivaya, right? To meditate, to do Kriya Yoga, to do mindfulness, to just be in silence, to do seva, to help others, selflessly serve without expecting anything in return. Forget money, not even a thank you, no nothing, no appreciation, nothing. Just to see the joy in the other person, to help benefit the other person. Seva, satsang, being in the company of devotees, association of devotees. Sadhana, seva, satsang. Basically, this is the three. If we can do this for another 100 births also and still not get moksha, it is still worth it. Because the journey itself is so enjoyable. But of course, we must try to attain the goal of life, and that is moksha, to go back and be one with God. And of course, this moksha itself is of different varieties. Like one can go merge into the Nirguna Brahman, as I just now said, that abode, that being, that destination having attained which one does not, that which is called the unmanifest and infallible, Lord Krishna says in the Gita. Or it could be even going to Vaikuntha, Goloka, or Kailasha. Goloka, the abode of Lord Krishna, Vaikuntha, the abode of Lord Vishnu, and Kailasha, the abode of Lord Shiva. Even if we go there, we enjoy the same degree of happiness and bliss. But there we are associating with our Saguna Brahman, Tishtadevta. And here we are merging with the Nirguna Brahman, the Parama. Both are moksha, we don't return. In either case, we don't return. And we be happily with God forever. Either Nirguna Brahman or Saguna Brahman. We are with our Ishtadevta forever. We are with Paramatma forever. And that state is a state which the scriptures call, it is to be attained in life, and it ultimately culminates after the death of the body, also continues. It's called Atyantika Dukha Nivritti and Paramananda Prapti. Paramananda Prapti. So we can make out from the words itself. Param Ananda. Ananda means happiness, bliss. Paramananda, extreme, unlimited, infinite bliss and happiness. Prapti, attainment of that. And Atyantika Dukha Nivritti, the complete cessation of all sorrow. Even for a fraction of a second, we won't feel even a pinch of sorrow, and there will be Paramananda for eternity. Eternal happiness. Eternal, infinite, unlimited happiness forever without the least trace of sorrow. So, I don't, many of you who will be watching this video, I hope some of you would, will be knowing that some of you are my friends and my fellow seekers must be knowing that I have a spiritual, I have a channel of my own called Sanatan Dunya Official and YouTube channel. So you can subscribe to the channel and watch the videos, of course. But what I intend doing is because, see, I had, it's been about 21 years since I started my spiritual journey in 2004, as I said, through Sri Ravi Shankar ji, a part of living. And now I'm associated mostly with Chinmaya Mission and also with ISKCON. I go for Chinmaya Mission satsangs and ISKCON satsangs. But of course, I do also read. I'm open to knowledge from all sources. Bhagwan Ramana's books I have read, and Ramakrishna Paramahansa Ji's and Vivekananda Ji's works, Paramahansa Yogananda's autobiography of Yogi, and all. It's wonderful. So through this channel of mine, Sanatan Dunya Official, I just want to start a series of you can call it lectures, you can call it pravachan, you can call it whatever, discourses, or you can call it whatever, just a casual conversation like just now as I had with you all, in which we will start from the very elementary to the most profound, starting with introduction to Vedanta, basics of spiritual life, just like what I had just said, with a little more elaboration. Then we will get into the text, Bhaja Govinda. We will start with that. That's the best to start with. Then we go to Tattva Bodha, Atma Bodha. Then we should go to Bhagavad Gita. So this is the Bhagavad Gita is the crux. And then we'll go to Bhagavatam. Then we'll go to Vivek Chudamani. And then we'll step into the Upanishads. Isha, Kena, Katha, Mandukya, Mundaka, Prashno, Taittiriya, and then Mandukya. So from, and then Yoga Vasishta, at least that we should, up to there we should do. And then Narada Bhakti Sutras. There's so much to explore. And apart from that, these will not be just a theory. The one part will be theory, which will be like 75%. The second, the last part, which will be maybe for 15 to 20 minutes, will be guided meditations, in which we will together, you, me, we, all of us, wherever we're watching, we will just close our eyes, go within, and connect to that source of life, which is the substratum, which is one with the substratum of the whole creation, which we call God, Paramatma. We'll have that guided meditation, which will connect us and give us an experience. Try to get that experience of that bliss. So we will have 75% of that. Each talk will be the theory, and 25% will be the guided meditation. And as I said, I would like to create a playlist from A to Z of spirituality, from the basics, pre-KG to the PhD, Mandukya Upanishad, Yoga, things like that. And we'll have separate playlists for the different scriptures also, and we will explore it together. And any questions you have at any time, you have my number, you have my WhatsApp number, you have my email. Best is, I don't see my email that much. WhatsApp is the best. Voice call, video call, some voice message. If you feel that typing is difficult, I understand. Voice message, or just give a call, and we will connect and we will take it forward. So stay tuned to my Sanatan Dunya channel. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to it, because you're going to soon get updates, and it's going to start. Introduction to Vedanta might be a little elaborate and time consuming, and because I mean a strong foundation. After that, we will get to scriptures, as I said, Bhaja Govinda onwards, we will go on. So I hope to connect with all of you soon through my YouTube channel. This has been a dream to, it's not that I'm a guru or something like that, not at all. I'm not even the G of Guru, I'm not even the A of Acharya, I'm not even the S of Swami. I'm just Hitesh. You can call me Hitesh itself. And we will explore together all these scriptures. And the best part, not just the talk, not just the theory, we will have 15 to 20 minutes every session will be the conclusion, will be the guided meditation. I try to keep the meditations as simple as possible and yet as profound as possible, giving a deep rest and a deep experience of connection with that divinity. So stay tuned to the Sanatan Dunya YouTube official YouTube channel. It's Sanatan Dunya official. Remind you, there's another Sanatan Dunya in Hindi, which came later actually. That's why I had to change mine. Then I changed mine to Sanatan Dunya official, just in order to distinguish and people should not get confused. So Sanatan Dunya official with this blue Krishna logo. As you see, this blue Krishna behind, that blue Krishna is the logo, and Sanatan Dunya. Hope to see you soon in through my YouTube channel. Hari Om, Hare Krishna, Om Namah Shivaya.